Hi there, and thank you so much for watching. I'm Christiana on the Well-Behaved Wallet, and this is how I move my life forward using the 12-week year. So I just completed my first 12-week cycle, my first full 12-week cycle of the 12-week year, Brian Moran's book on, it's basically quarterly planning as opposed to annualized planning. And so the book in a nutshell is a year is too long, you lose sight of your goals, and it's better to break them down into 12-week chunks, and that will move you kind of more clearly towards your goals. So that was something that I finished. I finished that 12-week cycle. And this, I kind of was thinking, so I'm someone who loves goals and I love hearing, I'm super nosy, so I love hearing about other people's goals and how they're achieving them. So my reason for doing this and what I hope will become a series is because I like hearing about them, so I figured I would share them as well. So if you're nosy like me, you can kind of get a glimpse into my process. So after finishing that 12-week year cycle, I figured I would love to see other people doing this and implementing the 12-week year in their sort of quarterly planning, but I would love to see it like broken down into 12-week like weekly chunks. So rather than just doing like sporadic updates like I was doing, like in the first year I wasn't very dedicated or diligent about it, and I wasn't very sort of strategic at all. But now that I've done it already and I know kind of what to expect, this is how I'd like to break it down. So my plan right now is to do one episode a week and to kind of let you know, give you an update on what happened in the previous week, and then let you know what I'm hoping will happen in the upcoming week and things that I have going on that might affect my outputs, or just kind of my everyday completion of tasks and whatnot. So this year, and that's something that I've kind of had a hard time coming up with, was exactly what goals I'm going for, because I'm someone who loves big goals and I love feedback, but I'm not exactly sure what to aim at all the time. And I don't know if you have the same issue where like you have all these goals but you don't know where to start, or you're somewhere where you're like, I don't like anything and nothing's working. So that's kind of something, I'm kind of in the middle. I feel like I'm at a place where there are a lot of things that I would like to change about my life, but there are a lot of things that are really going well. And that's why I'm hoping to put like appreciation somewhere in the title, because I very much believe that what you appreciate appreciates, just in like from a financial sense. Like antiques appreciate over time, and if you appreciate things in your life, they will appreciate for you. You know, like verb versus adjective. So that is my plan and my hope with the next 12-week year series. My sort of challenge, my goal for next week is to come up with the goals that I'm actually aiming at. So some of the areas that I've been thinking about are like many of you. I'm sure I am the only person who would like to increase their financial well-being, right? I'm sure like nobody else in the world wants to earn more and save more. But the thing about saving too is like saving money, watching someone save money. It's not really exciting. It's like watching paint dry, right? But it's so important. It's so critical. And things like discipline and habits and commitment are, they're not necessarily exciting or fun or sexy or whatever, but they're so necessary. And I'm hoping to find a way, or in this series, do something that will make, whatever. I don't know if I can make them exciting, but I will try my hardest. And I think just being accountable for me and kind of absolutely having a video up every week, and being accountable and sort of retelling what I've been doing will be helpful. So that is the goal. So that's kind of where I was with the 12-week year in completing that first full week. So just to kind of give another recap on how the first full week went, the first full cycle of 12 weeks, I had about a 48% completion rate. I was about 48% to goal, which is terrible. But again, like I said in my video last week, 48% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So I would rather have those goals and be working toward them than not have goals and not be working toward them, just kind of like wandering around in life, which is kind of the danger I feel, just kind of coasting. And I know, again, I must be the only person who has that kind of tension between screw it all and like going like full force. It's like that denial or despair. So it's either you deny that you want to do something or you despair that it will never happen, rather than like walking sort of that fine line right in the middle that, hey, I'm going to try my hardest. Like, this is the plan, work the plan, and then quantify your results. And I think for me, so that was the most powerful thing about the 12-week year, is that it gave a system for continuous feedback, checking in every week, let me know exactly where I was, which was so helpful because I tend to lose sight of the big picture and get like bogged down in the little details. And I let like little things take me off course, like things like, especially like emotional things, like interpersonal things. That's like, it's a big challenge, especially if you have to be very self-motivated, or like relying on other people to do things. I know, so I will forever give Rachel Bogan credit because she had just like the most fantastic 12-week year video, but she was talking about like working with other people and being dependent on them. But really, ultimately, the only way to get ahead and to move yourself forward is to take responsibility for everything. And that kind of helps me realize that I can't stay stuck. Like, I am the only one who can move myself forward. And that is the ultimate goal of this series, is to challenge myself to quantify and work toward, and then quantify the steps that I took to achieving those goals that I have for myself. So that is my plan for the next 12 weeks. So by this time next week, I will have 3 goals, specific goals with steps that I can work toward, and I will report back on them. So thank you so much for watching this far, and I would love to hear about your experience with goals, goal setting, changing your life, or things that you would like to know, or what you're struggling with. So goal setting, what you're struggling with. Those are the 2 things I would love to know. So thank you again so much for watching, and I hope that you'll watch again soon.